Yo, Eric and Daniel,
Aquí estamos
back in a garage.
in a huge
garage. But before we get started, man, it's been a long week, right? A little bit.
Yeah, man.
Feeling kind of stressed.
Busy.
Let's just make it better, really quick.
Oh yeah.
There it is. So before we get started, we're not in my garage, but we are in a garage with a lot of stuff going on, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But before we do, any like logos you see, anything you see, we're not sponsored by anybody. But man, we say it every week, right? Mm-hmm. Every week. If anybody's going to send us anything free, man, come on, Andrews. We need some of that free Miller Lite. I spend enough money. Like, I should be a stockholder at this point.
Right? Send something.
Something.
A shirt to start.
No, I want a pallet.
Yeah, you want a pallet? Okay.
Pallet
Let's get a pallet.
Yeah. But, all right, let's jump in, man. Eric.
Hey, man, we got my friend, the homie, Yerlis.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, hey, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here, brother.
Well, thanks for letting us come into your garage.
No problem.
Which, before we jump in, like, I hate to just, like, throw everything off. Like, he's got the ultimate man cave that I would love to have. Looks about a 4-car garage we have here. I mean, if you can't find the tool that you need in this garage, you don't belong in a garage.
Yeah.
Is what it looks like to me.
He's got like a shelf that's running 30 feet, maybe 40 feet
All
long.
the way across.
Filled with tools.
Everything.
I got a paint booth on the other side of that wall.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
We need to talk about that because, like, can I rent it every once in a while?
Sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to talk about that. I love to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a lot. No, man, but talk to him. I was like, dude, you do a lot. Business owner. That's what we like to have. Let's bring you on. Let's talk about it, you know? So tell us about yourself, what you've been up to.
Well, working. You know me.
Yeah.
I've been in Florida for the past 6 months.
Okay.
Working out there. So,
What were you doing in Florida? Was it because of the hurricane?
No. I've actually I've been working on some projects that I've some contracts that I have over there, and so it's just one of those that it took that long, so we were out there.
Tell us what you do.
What I do is actually I own a fire sprinkler company.
Okay. So fire sprinklers, something crazy's happening, those things shoot down, put the fire out?
Yeah, I like the movies a little bit like.
Yeah, like that, so.
No.
Hey, but let me find out, bro. Like, do you go into your friends' houses and you're like, this is a fire hazard, that's a fire hazard, this is a fire hazard, that's a fire hazard?
No. Actually, when I do go to the buildings or, I do go to, like, restaurants, I do look at, like, the fire sprinklers. I do look at the fire sprinkler systems just to see, is it, like, within regulations, I do look at that, yeah.
Do you start writing fines and stuff? I'm sorry.
No.
Great.
It's just, it's just one of those that I look at it. Did they do a good job? Did they cut corners? Yeah.
It would be funnier if you're like, the food was great, but go ahead and lock that front door. Here you go.
This
you
is
can't
a
do
hazard.
this.
No,
Yeah.
that would be the fire marshal, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So that's pretty random to me, We meet people that do all types of businesses. How did you get into fire sprinklers?
Well, I am third generation, man. It's just my grandfather, my father did it, my brothers, my uncles, so.
Wow. Yeah. So you just like, hey, I learned it.
Carried on the legacy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And one interesting fact, I know y'all know Freddie.
Of course we know Freddie.
Which is crazy that Freddie jumping into all these hot fire challenges. He worked with you for a little bit.
Yeah, he worked with me, yeah.
Putting up these things, putting fires out. And he's putting fire in his mouth.
Right?
Correct.
And what people don't know and they can't see, Freddie's sitting right across from us right now.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, is that a Carolina Reaper you're about to eat, buddy? Stop. Just stop.
Right.
Please don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Yeah, so he's even gotten the friends involved, You're moving.
Yeah, Freddie, he doesn't want to go to Miami, though. He doesn't want to.
You're trying to bring him.
Why would Freddie not want to go to Miami?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Freddie, why do you not want to go to Miami?
The weather's nice out there.
I'll answer questions on camera.
We'll ask him next time he's on.
We'll get him out there for you, man.
Yeah, he's not a Heat fan.
Yeah, right.
But he eats Heat. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
he's not a Heat fan. Yeah, wow. Yeah.
That's weird.
Gosh.
That's weird.
So you're out here doing fire sprinklers, doing your thing, but I know you're doing more. You're always doing up to something else. You're always up to like 3, 4, 5 things. What else is your passion?
I mean, I do love cars. As you can
Tell
see.
us about this. Like, I know Eric just asked a question, but as soon as I walked in the garage, it's the first thing I saw. So tell us about this. What do we have here?
This is a 54 Victoria. It does have a Corvette motor, and yeah, it's just been cut 4 inches, and yeah, it's got airbags.
It's
And
bagged?
Yeah, it's bagged.
So what do you use it for?
Honestly, just to cruise around, man. You know.
Yeah? No parades, nothing like that?
No, just to inspire myself. You know.
It's a great looking car, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I see no handles, so where's the pop at? Oh, you don't have to say it on camera.
Oh, yeah, but I do have one too on the fob.
Oh, okay, so electric, yeah. Right on.
So.
But I know this isn't the main love on the cars.
Yeah, I do. I collect Datsuns. You know, that's my thing. I love Datsuns. I have a few. So hopefully you guys, maybe in another podcast, we bring it on. You know?
Dude, we got to see him. I'll tell you, I've got a cousin that is more like a brother to me. He's been to a lot of our recordings and a huge supporter of us. He's the one that heckles in the background usually. But 280Zs, like that was his thing.
Really?
Always in a 280Z. Now he drives a family car because he decided to have a kid late in life. But before that, always a 280Z.
Yeah.
They're fun cars. They're really fun cars.
Yeah.
No, he put. I really like. I remember seeing him. Never really paid attention, but after seeing his passion for him, now I see dogs. I'm like, dude, that car, that's a bad car.
And it's an
Like,
inline six. You can't tear that motor up. I mean, you can try.
Yeah.
Things can go wrong, of course, but that's probably like an inline six is probably
Yeah.
just like one of the toughest motors ever built. I had a 52 Chevy that had inline six in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was just, it was 3 on the tree. It was slow, not fast. It was a 52 Styline Deluxe 4-door, big old heavy tank, 3 on the tree with the 216 in it.
Okay.
Yep. So, fun cars.
Yeah, we got to get the Datsuns on. How did you pick the Datsun out of? We got hundreds of cars to pick from.
Thousands.
Well,
Thousands.
when it
but
comes just to the Datsuns themselves, or just overall, why did I?
Why? Why and when?
Actually, I saw
When?
I saw it when I was a kid. I saw it in an abandoned one, man, and I jumped in it and I liked it.
When you were a kid?
Yeah, it was just abandoned in one of my dad's dealership.
And then what? Fast forward, how many years were you like, I'm gonna get one?
Actually, that same one, I actually find out who abandoned it, and actually, talk to them about the car.
You
for,
got it?
for
As a
$85.
kid?
Yeah,
85 bucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny because that's what I learned how to drive in. For view-wise, I won't say how old I was, but I learned how to drive at a very young age, even manual, in a Datsun. It's crazy. My dad had one.
Wow.
Yeah, that one was actually a automatic. I wrecked that one actually. It wasn't running when I got it, and we got it running, and I was actually a kid.
Is that what got you like in the love of turning wrenches? Is just seeing a car, building it?
I think it's more it's the whole process of actually starting with something, that it's not promising, but it's if you put work into it, then you actually get to see the physical.
When you first
result.
turn that key over
It's just
and it fires up.
well, it's just for example, if this car eventually was, let's say, before it looked like this, it didn't look like
Yeah,
this,
sure.
It took effort, does it make sense? But then you look at it back as all right, I built this. You know what it took in a way, does it make sense?
Absolutely.
And when you do put work, that what you get, so
I've
it's
done
like,
it
yeah.
a few times myself, and just knowing that the first time that motor goes in and it's set, all the electrical's going, and they say, all right, we're ready to fire it up for the first time, and it's not putting gas in the tank, it's putting it in the carburetor to see if it'll turn, and then it turns, and you're like, we did this. From start to finish, we did
That's
this.
the process.
That
It's
was
like
awesome.
a work of art for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it started holding flashlights, right? For my dad, because he was always a wrench turner. And getting yelled at and having tools thrown at me. It's like, you're not holding it right. Hold it over here. I can't see what we're doing. And
That's cool, man.
somehow that turned into a passion, whatever it was.
So one Datsun, then it turned into another Datsun,
Yeah. So
and then you fell in love with them.
How many do you have?
right now I think about 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do have a few. I have a few other cars. I have a MR2. I have a Sylvia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so-
I didn't see that coming in. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, but just those Datsuns, they're good looking cars. I got to see one fire up a few minutes ago. It was off camera, but man, that's and what I heard Eric was telling me where it came from and where it's at now. Complete transformation. That's freaking
Oh yeah,
awesome.
it was a $900 car when I bought it, actually.
And now, if you had to sell it, what would you sell it for?
I don't think I'll sell it.
Oh yeah, he's been talking about that one. I remember you picking He would talk about the paint, like you talked about the paint for a few months. What color?
Yeah.
What color? We'd be chilling.
I have one
that's
ready. I have one that's finished. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I have one that's finished, and I still haven't painted it just because I really haven't actually decided what color I really I want to put on it. Yeah.
Man, let me know if you want some help painting that. Like, I'm short, and that's a small car, so I could probably even help get the roof if I needed to.
It's a small car.
I've got some hours under my belt.
And it's slower too, so yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Look
Wouldn't
at
even
that.
need a step stool. Perfect.
Yeah. I remember that. What do you think? This color? I remember you showing the red, and
Yeah.
ultimately that's what you went with.
Yeah, I wanted like a candy apple.
Right on.
But not really a candy apple. I want a bit more metallic.
Did you do an undercolor, like gold or silver, for the candy to come out, or?
That one I had a buddy of mine actually paint it.
Oh, right
So,
on.
so.
Yeah, I've only done one candy. That's it, and it was a lot of work. A lot.
But they did have to repaint it twice because I know the first time they didn't get the color right, so I didn't like it. So,
Yeah,
dude,
got to get done.
gotta repaint it.
So here's something crazy. I try to do some research, especially whenever, or so does Eric, when we bring people on that one knows and one doesn't. So I hear you also did something else before, very professional.
Yeah, I used to grapple. I used to be a grappler, so I did that a little bit. Actually, if you actually look up, actually Khabib, he actually grappled in a tournament. It was a North American grappling tournament, and he won it in 2011. I was in the same tournament and won in a similar division in 2009, 2010.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So Eric, if you make him mad, I'm definitely standing on the
Yeah,
outskirts. I'm not helping anybody.
Yeah, that's why we're friends, man. We're
Right?
not over here making him
Don't make him
you know?
mad.
This guy.
And that's crazy too, and that's something that like a lot of people don't know about me is I grew up in the martial arts world as well. So my dad, rest his soul, he just passed away about a year ago, but he grew up in martial arts as well. So I took karate under my dad and American style taekwondo. So just that martial arts piece, like it's near and dear to my heart. So.
Oh yeah, I love watching me and Freddie come through. We've watched fights with this guy, boxing or MMA.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. Like, oh yeah. He
Are
knows
you the
everything.
analyzer though? Like he's not doing that right.
You
Which
know,
I hope so. I hope so.
I did a lot of training in cage fighting, and actually I trained with a great trainer. His name is Say Saud. You can actually look him up. He's always in ESPN, and he always had a lot of good fighters, in his gym, and it was kind of like a blessing to get to train around, like that level, of fighters, and you learn a lot, man. And yeah, sometimes I do get a little critical,
Analytical, yeah.
So
That's cool. You should. But it's crazy talking about grappling. Like my dad had students from all different walks of life, and he had some that actually got to do some light training with the Gracie family. Yeah.
No, man, he's talking about grappling, but I remember, so I know Yerlis way back, right? We know each other teenage years. I remember being in the football locker room with him in high school, and they're metal lockers, there's a corner. This dude's kicking it with his shin.
Oh.
yeah,
After practice, you would just kick it with your shin. And I remember like, dude, who the heck is this kid?
So I thought I was a big dude. Like whenever we sparred, I never wore shin guards. But yeah, that's a whole different level.
This dude's kicking the corner metal locker. He's just like, Eric, look.
Look at this. It's not going to
look at
crack.
this guy.
It's not going to crack.
Like,
Watch
you know
this.
What? You're crazy. We're going to be friends, man. I like that.
Right.
I wouldn't do that
Let's be
anymore.
friends. Let's be friends. I like my ribs.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah. He wasn't grappling with his, he's doing a lot more than grappling, but, I know that was a passion that you had too.
Yeah. I like the grappling better. It was no contact.
I don't have the physique to get in there in small spaces.
Really?
So yeah. So I kind of keep it long distance. Right? Touch you from a distance.
Me and Freddie went to middle school together.
I'm sorry. You've known him that long.
Yeah, we were district champs though in football. We were both tackles actually.
In middle school?
No, he tells me about that. You were like, you weren't as big as the tackles, but they had you on the D line.
Ask him.
Yeah, no, he's told
He
me.
made me better.
That's awesome.
Imagine if they had to double team this guy and let me go free. That's how crazy good this fool was.
And you didn't look like a D tackle.
No.
They looked like Freddie.
Correct. And that was like my first year playing football. I
Yeah.
never played football before.
Yeah.
So that was the only position that I could really understand.
True athlete. To be in there and be able to be good at something. That's awesome.
He used the grappling skills.
Yeah.
Right.
For real, right? You had to grab you. That's a lot of hand pushing.
Have
low.
y'all ever seen Necessary Roughness? The
No.
football movie. It was like basing UNT back. I'm older than y'all. But it's funny, like, whenever that fight broke out on the field, and he's like, the referee's trying to call out all these different fouls that happened. Yep, go watch it. Speaking of watching movies, hang on.
Don't ask me.
Dude, where's my trilogy?
I have it safe. I'm about to be done with this class, and I'm gonna start watching it.
He's never seen Back to the Future. Ever.
I bet you never have either.
No, never have.
Oh, my God.
So, a lot, we don't watch a lot of movies, right?
Always busy working?
We're always doing something.
Actually, I didn't really watch any TV or any basketball or even football before I started hanging out back with Freddie again.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's
before,
got you back.
Got me back watching movies and yeah.
I don't watch basketball either.
So yeah, you're not a good friend, man.
You know, he got you watching TV.
Right. Right. I can't make money anymore. I'm busy watching
Yeah.
TV.
Gosh.
Jessica, did you hit record this time?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just making
You
sure.
got to make sure, right?
Just checking every once in a while.
So you're out there contracting in Florida. Any thoughts of coming back to Texas?
Yeah. I'm actually coming back and opening a division here, so I'm hoping that happens within the next 8 months.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if we got anybody watching, listening that may need it, fire sprinklers in their business,
Especially our business owners. We've had a lot
yeah,
on.
you can go inspect.
Yeah. How do they get a hold of you? Like, is there social media, email, whatever?
Emails. Yeah.
Throw it out there.
So, yeah, it's gonna be Royal Engineers, 2200
At
Gmail
Gmail. Royal Engineers 2200
00.
at Gmail.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anybody like our business owners, we've had a lot on.
Yeah.
So and we've got some that are expanding as well. And so once you get ready to open up that new spot,
Call this guy.
yeah, you need some
Email
fire
him.
sprinklers. Let's do it.
And I know a random thing that just popped to my head that Freddie told me from working with you. So those fire sprinklers, they're holding water for many years. Because most of the time there hasn't been a fire for many years, right?
Yeah.
You hope that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that water comes out like black.
Yeah, it's pretty
Like
nasty.
he told me when he got covered in it one time. You know what story I'm talking about, where it got all over him?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, wait, that water that sprays. So if there ever is a fire, the water that's spraying on you, like don't lick your lips, close your mouth. Because the way Freddie described it,
This ruins everything.
I never thought about that. Like, no, who thinks about the water sitting in the fire sprinkler?
Oh yeah, true. It's like you think it's fresh. Like here it comes. All right, cool.
Yeah,
we're
like
good.
someone turned on the faucet.
And so what's funny about that, I don't mean to go to like movies or whatever, but Netflix, if anybody watch Wednesday Addams on Netflix, loved it because I have a dark humor, like dry humor. There's one spot where they actually put like red paint in their sprinkler system at some school dance or whatever. Like it, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Sounds gruesome, but yeah.
I have one point. The movies are wrong. They show you when the fire sprinklers go off. Tell them.
Well, in the movies you see, fire and there's a fire and then all the sprinklers just go off.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work like that, actually. Every sprinkler head is actually rated to a certain temperature. So if that, in that area, right, if that sprinkler gets to that temperature, just only that sprinkler, You know.
Oh,
it's
so
gonna
it
shoot
could be
water.
one at a time. Go off at different times, depending on the temp.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
So yeah,
They would never go off.
So you gotta check. How do you check the sensors on those?
they don't.
You
You
just
just
hope
hope.
they work.
You just
They're
hope.
just. Yeah, it's built in already. You know?
That's that little stem that sits
How often
right.
do you change those sprinkler heads?
You
Never.
don't got to. No, you don't got to.
Wow, that's a lot of faith.
Yeah,
50-year-old building. Yeah, they've been there for 50 years.
good to go.
Damn. Okay. I like that.
Hey, we got a decent game coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Colts.
Colts. Yeah.
Freddie has a thumbs down. Do you think we're gonna win or lose?
It's not decent because we're going to destroy them.
Love it. I actually think the same. Like,
Well, it's funny because wait, I'm sorry for interrupting.
You good?
I'm playing him in fantasy, and he goes, "Oh well, CD and Schultz are playing the Colts. They have a great defense. It's going to be close."
there's a bet that happened in my garage this past week that I witnessed.
Oh yeah.
So,
But now he's saying we're going to kill them. So if we're gonna do great, you know, CD and Schultz are scoring.
Well, I think their offense is so bad that our defense will probably get most of the touchdowns.
Oh no.
hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. I don't care how they win as long as they win.
Yeah. Good save.
What about OBJ potentially coming?
I mean, I don't know. I hope. I mean, I hope that's not. I hope we're not like dependent on one guy, right? I'm hoping it'll be cool. Hey, we get another dynamic guy. But if we don't, we better be ready to still go all the way.
Oh no, I feel the exact same way. The only point that I will make is I think if OBJ ends up coming, that's going to be double time every time, so it frees up Gallup and Lamb
Yeah, we're more dynamic.
even more.
Look what he did in the Super Bowl. He had that touchdown. Then he got injured, but that touchdown mattered.
But he was the one that I don't know. So forgive my ignorance when it comes to sports totality, but I feel like he was the one that started that one-hand grab, and it was against us. I feel like
I don't
that's
know.
where it kind
I
of
don't
started,
know.
Full circle, he needs to come back and do it for us.
right?
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't know what he's going to be asking for.
True.
You
True.
know?
But he's got. Hopefully, everybody understands. Not in his prime anymore. It's kind of like.
Well, he did his thing for the Rams. I mean, he got injured in the Super Bowl, but he got that touchdown.
Yep.
Which gave him the wiggle room to survive to win. And
Yep.
look at him now. Now there's nothing. Injuries plagued him, but hey, we'll see. You know, we're riding high right now.
Yeah, everything's looking good right now.
Keep it going.
Yep.
You know.
All right, so give us your fantasy pick for the week, sir.
Fantasy pick. You know who we going with? We're gonna go with. You know what? Tomorrow looks like a Schultz day.
I've already got Pollard in. Like, I made sure he was in. I feel like I've got to go with Pollard.
Pollard again.
Yep.
Zeke is back.
I know, but still, like, the way they transition them in and out, love Zeke, don't get me wrong, like, great running back. Just somehow, I don't know what it is. And speaking of Zeke, hang on, let's go back. His blocking skills, we've never talked about.
Oh, he's superb
My
blocker.
goodness, man. Like, the
He's-
last couple weeks?
No one talks about his blocking.
I think is what makes him special.
Seriously.
I think he hurts defenders. He actually hurts defenders.
He hurt. Hey, and he beats them up. People like talk about Zeke. This dude Zeke is out there putting a hurting on the linebackers, which makes it easier for Pollard to come in. And do his thing.
Exactly.
Like we need the man. We need him.
Dude, I've always wondered, I was like, why is Pollard getting this many yards and Zeke whatever? And I'm like, dude, and when I went back and watched the last couple games, and I'm watching, I'm like, Zeke just made that block.
No, dude.
Like,
Zeke,
he opened up that lane for Pollard to go.
Zeke, he's like complete running back, right? His awareness is on Madden should be 99.
But, dude, that's what I love about, like, not just about Zeke, but about what? Freddie said is he makes us better. Talking about you made him better. Same thing Zeke's doing. It's not like just give me the ball every time. It's like, let me open up this lane. Let me do this. Let me do that so that you can sneak through.
Yeah, like what he does, like we need him out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need him out there. We need the whole team, you know. He's out there, and then him and Dak have a great relationship from what I've seen. So I love to see that. Like they care about each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a pick for the week? Everybody.
Oh, man, I want to say CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb's a good one. It's hard
I like that.
yeah. It's hard.
I think he's an underdog, and I think that when he shows up, he shows up.
He shows up and shows out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he shows up. He shows up. You know.
But also, I think Gallup. You know, he's got something to prove, and I think that the last few games you've seen his improvement. You know, I think that he's starting to trust that knee.
Oh my goodness.
So
yeah.
And he had on the Thanksgiving game, he had all the hand grab. Like he was catching everything hands.
Yep.
And I
Yeah,
think
he had that one against the helmet too.
And also, I think with all the rumors of we're gonna bring OBJ, I think that he's gonna have to
Taking it personal.
I think so. I think hey, that might be the man.
Dude, and what's crazy, just talking about football, to flip it a little bit, unfortunately, TCU lost today.
Man.
But it's crazy how college
but what a
football
game.
They should have
moves.
kicked it.
They should have. But it's crazy how college football works.
I thought they
With
should have ran.
one loss, they're talking about, will TCU make the playoffs?
ran it.
Like, seriously.
Oh, the quarterback. But he was feeling all crazy.
Doesn't matter.
Within an inch, though. It's crazy.
Man, I feel like they robbed him too, dude. I don't know, you know.
I feel like
watched
it
that
was
game.
a touchdown.
I feel so too. If not, man, that ball was very close. A lot closer than it was, when they,
Vegas made a call.
But I think it was just.
Stop. I'm
What
not
you
a
gonna say,
conspiracy
Freddie, about
theorist.
that game?
Just in my opinion, that was bad play calls.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
That's every game.
They ran the
You
same.
see the quarterback working like a warrior, right? To even get him to that point. The QB sneak doesn't take as long as it does to develop a run play.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's
Why did they
Correct.
keep running
Go.
the?
That's
what I'm
you got
saying.
stopped
I can see
already.
that quarterback taking the ball and probably with a warrior screen getting in the end zone with his lineman right in front of him. Instead of taking time, 5 yards to
Yeah.
get the ball to the running back.
And they're gonna take them out of the college playoff.
But Eric's right at the end, then just kick the field goal.
Just kick the field goal.
Yeah, get the points.
Trust your defense.
Get the points, trust your
The
defense, and
defense
go.
stood up to go into overtime. But another thing, the Rangers, they signed that pitcher,
Yep. And they signed a new head coach.
Cy Young winner.
Yes, sir. Excited about baseball season. Y'all know that's my
That's your thing.
passion sport, baseball. I am excited about that. But even a little more recent, U.S. is out, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting more. They had a lot of good plays. They had shots, but they didn't follow through with them.
So I was on social media today, right? And
Yeah.
a buddy of mine posted, it's like, U.S., all you need is a three-pointer. It's easy.
That's all. Bring
It
Curry
doesn't
in.
work like that.
But you know what? They got in to the final 16.
That's awesome. They
You
went
know,
further than what was expected.
Netherlands has a hell of a team. So
Yeah. Yeah.
let's keep
Can't
watching.
sleep on them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Senegal beating Brazil?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But they're both still in it.
Yeah.
I think Senegal plays who? Portugal?
Oh, if that's the case.
I don't know who they. Oh no, or it's England. I think England. And England's playing their hearts out for.
Do you call it football or soccer?
Either one.
Either one. Either one.
But yeah, it's exciting.
Let's just specify, the game and the
Yeah.
teams we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's been competitive.
So I will say, unfortunately, the Simpsons got it wrong this time. They predicted like 20 years ago that this World Cup was going to be Mexico and Portugal. So
Okay.
unfortunately, that's not the
Yeah.
case.
Well, Messi and Ronaldo are still in there. Both are argued in the number one
Yep.
soccer player in the world, and this is going to be both of their last World Cups. They
Okay,
say.
so who you say they predicted?
Mexico and Portugal.
Well, what if Portugal? I mean, Portugal's still in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what if something happens there?
yeah.
So if somebody gets disqualified, there's a chance that Mexico could come back. but I think that's a long shot. And we won't talk about the controversy between Messi and Canelo,
Oh yeah.
because that's a little outside of our wheelhouse. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Think we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. So we've had a great conversation, man. You've told us a lot about what you do, all the good stuff that you do in the community, ways to get a hold of you if anybody needs your service. Talked about the Victoria, talked about your Datsuns, talked about a lot of stuff, your martial arts. What do we have in closing? Eric?
Hey, we're gonna come back to see the Datsun.
Dude, we have to.
He said he's gonna put them out. We'll see what we do.
We got to get the camera shot right. So,
Yeah.
Jessica, that day, bring your A game. Get your
Get it
boba this
going.
time.
Yes.
And maybe a Monster, Red Bull, whatever it is
Something,
you drink. Yeah, something. Something.
Oh no.
Boba's fine.
Okay.
We missed her this time.
I'm
It's on
here
her.
as the official driver.
Yeah.
We got
He's
you.
got 'em.
I'm gonna have some heaters next time.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm-
Yeah, heaters would be
I'm
great.
freezing,
So,
yeah.
like, I'm sitting here, like wiping my nose, and
Yeah.
I've got a
little
jacket
chilly.
in the car, but I left it in there. I felt the Miller would warm me up, but
Just a
we're
little
good.
chilly.
We need some heavier beer.
Yeah, it's a-
Some
yeah,
darker
something-
beer, man.
something.
We're gonna have
not
to
water.
have
Hey,
to get
stop,
some darker
bro.
beer.
We're trying to get.
No, I like water.
Yeah, we're trying.
Miller, it's
seriously?
light. I know you are about light. Less calories than Michelob.
And less filling. It's more
Yeah.
more calorie than milk.
Yes.
But whatever.
No, thank you for having us,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, bro. We appreciate you letting us come
Anytime,
out to your
next time,
garage.
man.
Anytime.
But what you got in closing for our people, man? The tens and tens of people that watch us.
Focus on the good. That's all I gotta
Focus
say.
on the good. I love that.
Yes.
Love that. I will say, let's see. Thank you again. We appreciate all that you do. Coming back soon. I'm not going to plug our next guest, but we've got somebody coming on next week that's going to be interesting to talk to. Another entrepreneur.
Okay.
Ready to go. But until then, man, thanks again. We appreciate you. Thank y'all to the tens and tens of people that watch us. Until next week.